All right, Shalom. All praises due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rokah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, and Shalom to you brothers that's pushing this truth. I'm Karat Zakba, back with another show. And this show, I'm entitled, The Light of the Body is the Eye. All right, which is based off the scripture written in Matthew chapter 6, verse 22. So what we're going to do, we're going to pull it up and get right into it. So I'm going to read verse 22 and verse 23. Then I'm going to go back up to verse 22 and break it down. So this is Matthew chapter 6, verse 22. It says, the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thy eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? Right, so let's go back up to verse 22. So it reads, Matthew 6 and 22 is the light of the body is the eye. Now this is Yahweh Shai, making a similitude or a parable, okay? So the eye is not talking about your physical eye. Yahweh Shai is talking about your spiritual eye, meaning your mind, okay? Because that's where your spirit dwells. Real quick, let's look in the Greek of that word eye.
Strong's G 3788, ophthalmos.
Ophthalmos. It says eye, and it says metaphor. The eyes of the mind, the faculty of knowing. There it goes. So that's what Yahweh Shai was talking about, your mind, where your spirit dwells, okay? So it says the light of the body is the eye, meaning your mind. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. Yeah, so it says therefore if thy eye be single. Let's look up that word single.
Strong's G 573, haplos
In the Greek. So it says simple, single, whole, good, fulfilling its office, sound of the eye. So it means to be simple. All right, all these definitions go hand in hand. Okay, but it pretty much means to be simple. And it also says whole, good, fulfilling its office. So let's go back to the scripture. So it says, the light of the body is the eye, meaning your mind. So therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. Now if the eye be single or simple, now let's bring it to your physical eye. If your eye is whole, or if your eye is whole, meaning a healthy eye, the eye is going to fulfill its purpose. We read the definition of the eye being whole and fulfilling its purpose. So if the eye be whole, meaning healthy, the eye is going to fulfill its purpose of what? Being able to see, taking light, look around. So it's going to fulfill its office meaning it's simple. Okay, because the eye simply performs its duties of what it's supposed to do. So that's how the eye is simple, or not being complicated. Okay? Because if something's wrong with your physical eye, then you will have complications. So, but if nothing's wrong with the eye is whole, fulfilling its duties, your eye is simple. Okay? So let's read the part again. So it says, the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thy eye be single or simple, the whole body shall be full of light. Yeah, so the whole body shall be full of light because you're able to see and take in the light. But this is your mind, meaning your spirit. All right. So if your spirit be simple, then you're able to, your whole body will be full of light, and that light represents, Yahweh Shah and his righteousness. Okay? But it says that the eye be single, or meaning simple. So let's get some precepts on that. Let's get the book of I believe it's Colossians. Bear with me. Book of Colossians. Actually, let's go to Ephesians. Salakia, let me find the scripture. Okay. 2 Corinthians 11 and 3. It reads, "But I fear, lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through subtlety, so your minds should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Hamashiach." Yeah, so it says, so your minds should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Hamashiach. Now let's see what that word simplicity. That says hablaktus. Okay. Singleness, simplicity, sincerity, mental honesty. Okay, which goes hand in hand with what we read in Matthew 6 and 22. All right, meaning single or being simple. Okay, because we supposed to follow the simplicity in Hamashiach. Meaning, we receive this truth. The doctrine of Yahushua, learning the ways of righteousness, and we go out there and perform the duties that was given to us. All right, in simplicity, going out and performing the duties with no complications. Not turning away from the ways of righteousness, not doing this for our own personal gains. All right, we're following in the steps of Yahweh Shah, fulfilling the word that he have given us. So we're performing out our duties. So let's go back into Matthew 6 and 22. So it says, the light of the body is the eye, meaning your mind. Therefore, thine eye be single or simple, thy whole body shall be full of light. Yeah. So where our eye is single, because our eye is focused on the light. Our eye is focused on following the word of Yahweh Shah. Okay, following his words. That's how our eye is full of light. Real quick, let's get another precept in Ephesians 6 and 5. Ephesians 6 and 5. Servants, be obedient to them that are your masters according to the flesh, with fear and trembling, in singleness of your hearts. Yeah, it says, with singleness of your heart, meaning your mind. So singleness of your mind, as unto Mashiach. Yeah, so, sincerity, being simple, following, simply doing what you're supposed to do in sincerity of your mind, of your spirit, of your heart. Okay? Without complications. Following the ways of, wickedness, going astray into the ways of wickedness. Like, for example, you might have a job, okay? And at your job, how do you perform your duties at work with simplicity or singleness? You know, you get to work on time, you do your job, you know, do what your boss tell you to do. You're not complicating things, okay? When you start going to work, coming to work late, or if you're stealing on a job, you know, trying to leave early, complaining about this, now you're complicating things, okay? Which we're not supposed to be doing is truth. And those complications are the ways of wickedness, which we're going to get into going back into Matthew 6 and verse 23. So Matthew 6 verse 23, it says, "But if thy eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness." Yeah, so if your eye be evil, the whole body is going to be full of darkness. Let's look up that word evil in the Greek. Evil. So it says paneros. Now let's go straight to the point where it says bad, of a bad nature or condition. In a physical sense, diseased or blind. In an ethnical sense, evil, wicked, bad. Right. So just like your physical eye, if your physical eye is diseased and gone blind, then you're not going to be able to see. So the eye, it might not go blind right away, but there's stages, you know, where, you know, your sight is blurry. You might have, you know, issues going on. You will have complications. All right. Which is complications, or complicated is the opposite of being simple or simplicity. All right. Because if your eye is simple, it easily performs its duties. If the eye is complicated, you have the eye will have a hard time performing out its duties. Okay, so let's read that. So back in Matthew 6 and 23. "But if thy eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness?" Yeah. So that eye being evil represents wickedness. Okay, here it is, you in the truth, and you know you're supposed to be performing, you know, following the simplicity in Yahweh Shah, you know, doing the works of righteousness. All right. But you have some men that are doing the works of wickedness, which they're supposed to be performing the works of righteousness. But what? They're performing out the works of wickedness, man. Bringing darkness upon them. Bringing darkness into their mind, into their spirit. All right? I give you some examples. You got guys out there who's teaching the word of the Lord deceitfully, bringing in false doctrines and heresies. You have men that are teaching this word for filthy lucre's sake, for the gains of money. You have guys out there so-called teaching that's doing this for their own vainglory. They're doing this for status. They want to be the top guys of Israel. They want to be the new leaders. So they're not so their eye is not being single or simple, because it's a simple thing to just do the works of righteousness, do what's commanded of us. All right, it's very simple. This thing is not a complicated thing. Once you start doing your own thing and bringing in your wickedness, now you're complicating things, meaning your eye is going to be complicated, or your mind is going to be filled with darkness, which are the ways of wickedness. So I read it again. So it says, but if thy eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? Yeah. So you're bringing in the works of darkness, and which is blocking out that light, which is Yahweh Shah. All right. So that light is not going to be in you because you're doing the works of evil, the works of wickedness, when you're supposed to be following the works of Yahweh Shah in righteousness. Let's get one more scripture. This is Matthew 15 and 19. It says, for out of the heart proceedeth evil thoughts. See, there you go. For out of the heart proceedeth evil thoughts. Okay, meaning your mind, which is also the eye, the spiritual eye. So it says, for out of the heart proceedeth evil thoughts. And it says murders, adulteries, fornications, thefts, false witnesses, blasphemies. These are the things which defile a man, but to eat with unwashed hands defileth not a man. Right, so, the point is, these wicked acts come from the heart, come from the mind, is in your spirit. When if a man have a wicked spirit or a wicked mind, he's going to perform out these evil deeds. Okay, so just hope you brothers learn something. And with that, I'm gonna say all praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ruach HaKodesh, double honors to the apostles of GMS, and Shalom to the elect. Shalom.